Hello, hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. So, thank you for your understanding of our flexible timing here that we do in Janet Wright land. The healing went a bit long while the Q&A, the impromptu follow-up question feedback section of the healing went long. And then I took a break. So here I am now. This is a Q&A where you can ask one question per person about whatever energy question you want. I don't read the future, but other than that, it's all fair game. So if you want a suggestion on what you should work on, you want me to look at your aura, make sure that your aura is fully repaired, that kind of thing. Check your chakra repair work, or you want me to read your boundaries with your mom, put your first name, last initial, her first name, last initial. You want productivity. I could read productivity. We're in the middle of a 3 healing set on productivity, but it doesn't have to be a question about productivity. Okay. So I'm gonna start going through questions. Someone says, "Hi Janet, do I have any blocks in hearing my angels, or am I just not present enough?" Thank goodness you put your name, because I was wondering. I tried the yes/no technique, but I never get a clear answer. Thanks. It's a nice question. I can definitely look at that. Okay, so what's happening with you happens with many people. Okay, so it's not just you. Okay, so you personally, these days, you're present in 7 through 3 or 7 through 2, depending. Sometimes you're more present than others, but so like right now you're in 7 through 2, so 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So you're present in those physical body chakras, not yet first chakra. So keep working, first chakra, first layer, keep that nice and flowy, so that you release enough so that you can be there too. But anyway, so these days you're in 7 through 3 or 7 through 2. It's one of my dogs. But when you get ready to ask your angels a question about something, you get so triggered that then you're only in 7 and 6 or 7, 6, and 5. So you're much less present when you're trying to ask your angel something. So for that, I try to recommend to people that you just ask them questions all the time, because then you clear your triggers. You just get more used to it. So ask them stuff about silly, unimportant stuff, because that's less likely to be triggering. So for example, is this the right hoodie color I should wear today, Angel? Should I wear the blue hoodie or the pink hoodie? Should I wear these sneakers or these sneakers? Stuff that's just so minor that it's probably a lot less triggering. So you can practice hearing what your angels say on the little stuff. You can also proactively clear energy blocks that trigger when you're trying to hear your angels. So make a big blanket out in front of you, big gold blanket, pile onto it all the energy blocks that trigger when you're trying to hear your angels, and melt away the energy blocks. Because at this point, that's the major thing in the way of you hearing your angels, is you get so triggered when you're trying to do it. So it's not that you're not overall present enough. 7 through 3, 7 through 2, that's present enough to start hearing angels more and more clearly, more and more consciously. It's just that when the act of doing it, you're just so triggered about it. So yeah, so you can do targeted clearing. Clear the energy blocks that trigger when you're trying to hear and talk to your angels, and then just do it a lot more often. Be like, okay, should I have one cookie or no cookies, angels? Should I watch this television program or this one? Or trivial stuff. Just keep asking, keep practicing, in like a low-key way. Don't freak out about it. Try to, just breathe, wiggle your toes. It can become a very easygoing thing for you. It just is not right now. So I hope that helps. The more present you are, the more you can get clear, little signs. But you're right now, you have a lot of energy blocks that trigger around that. So you need to keep doing targeted clearing so that you clear your blocks that trigger when you're trying to hear angels, so that you're just as present when you're trying to hear them. Someone says, I have been stopped. So hope that helps. Great question. Someone says, I have been stopped moving forward for 2 to 3 years. That's actually not true. That is your perception. You have been moving forward this whole time. It's just not experiences that you felt like should be happening to you. It's not experiences that you wanted to have happen to you, but you literally have been moving forward this whole time. It's just sometimes it's been really not fun, but you've been pretty, you've been willing yourself forward for the last 2 to 3 years. But anyway, so in your perception, you're saying, I have been stopped moving forward for 2 to 3 years, divorce, cancer, depression. I mean, hello, divorce is like a big, huge growth, I mean, I know you're not saying you shouldn't have gotten a divorce, right? I think you're just thinking, okay, in my hypothetical life, I wouldn't have had that marriage, so then I wouldn't have needed the divorce, so I would be like, my business would be 20 times bigger right now, but like, don't be hypothetical you. Because yeah, in hypothetical you've been roadblocked for 2 to 3 years. Real you needed to go through some learning and experiences, and you've been going through them with flying colors. It's just, it hasn't been fun. It's been challenging. It's been hard. But you're just going to bum yourself up more by thinking that you've been roadblocked for 2 to 3 years, because that's absolutely not true. It's just, you think you should have had a different life in the last 3 years than you've really had. But I mean, that's your expectations. That's this perfect fantasy version of you that obviously you haven't been living for the last 3 years. But life is not like that. Life is what it needs to be. It's not what what we see in the movies. So I don't know. I hope that helps. So anyway, I'll keep reading the question though. I've been stopped from moving forward for 2 to 3 years. Divorce, cancer, depression. I am in esketamine treatment now, which I had to Google because you put that word in your survey too. So it's an antidepressant. I am doing antidepressant treatment now and find old wounds healing. Is there anything I can do along with this to help move forward? Yeah, you are moving forward. So I'm thinking that what you mean is you want your journey forward to be more enjoyable, like that you're not enjoying, or maybe you just feel like a failure, and so then you can target those feelings of failure. But you are moving forward. So I can't say, oh, do this and you'll move forward, because you already are moving forward. So yeah, there's that. I mean, you're in 7 through 2 right now. I'm thinking what's going on is sometimes when someone gets into 7 through 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, right? Second chakra is emotion, sexuality, sensuality. So it could be that your conscious experience is just it's not fun because you're more aware of the pockets of repressed anger and repressed sadness, depression, that have been there all along. And so when you're present there, you really notice it more. You can't, numbing out doesn't really work when you're that present. So it could be that you're kind of over-identifying with your second chakra. You want to be there, but you want to kind of watch your life from your 6th and your 7th. 6th, non-judgment, clear-seeing. 7th, confidence, focus, inspiration, goals. So, but goals, not like, okay, my goal is never to be depressed and never to need a divorce and never, just your goals, like baby step goals, so it could be that the feeling of being depressed, you're a little too in it. You can just imagine the depression, not just like, oh, and now you'll be perfect, but you can imagine the sadness, the pockets of repressed sadness rain falling off you like falling rain, and just keep the rain falling all the time. Just let it release out of you. Because just like grief, when you feel it, that's when it's probably stuck. When you feel it just a little bit, that's when it's flowing out of you. So keep the sadness and the grief flowing out of you. Don't, because if it's stuck, if you really feel it, chances are it's stuck. It's not releasing as well as it could. So just work on, you know, you're there in your second chakra, in your second layer now, which is good. But just keep that rain falling, you know, like hard downfall. Just let the rain of the sadness, the anger, whatever, just keep falling down. You're grounding down to the core of the earth. But then, like, just imagine taking the elevator up so that part of your energy is equally in all chakras, but then you view from the 6, you view from the 7. So you're not kind of drowning in your emotions. You're aware of your emotions, you have them, you're taking care of them, but you are not your emotions. You are your identity as an eternal soul. So hopefully working on it that way helps, but if not, you can always reframe the question after you've tried it for a little and post it under any video at any time. Okay, so I hope that helps. And definitely remind yourself that you are actually moving forward, because you actually are. Someone says something I need to heal, and you mention your name. Izzy, shush. Such a nut job, man. Your aura is repaired. The person who said something I need to heal, your aura is fully repaired. Your Wei Qi auras are okay. Your grounding's okay. You're only in 7 through 4 though, which is kind of interesting. Because if all that is healed, then why are you only in 7 through 4? 7, 6, 5, 4. So let's see. Yeah, I would say in today's healing, we did chakra filament work and chakra fit work. And I think you could especially do that for 3-2-1, chakras 3-2-1, because for some reason you're not in your third. And you have to be in your third to be in your second. You have to be in third and second to be in your first. So, but work on 3-2-1, because you're in 7 through 4 only right now. The back of your grounding is also pretty blocked. Your grounding is wide, but the back of your grounding is pretty rocky. So you want it to be a waterfall, not a bunch of rocks. Okay, a waterfall with no rocks. Okay. So unblock the back of your grounding, unblock the back of 3-2-1, and then chakra filaments and chakra fit, which you could probably look up and do it in a different healing, like immediately, because there'll be timestamps. But today's healing, the timestamps would take till like late tonight, probably till they're done. But at that time, you can look up chakra filaments and chakra fit and do that. But like I said, those are in other healings too. I've done that before. So you can search Janet Wright chakra filaments, Janet Wright chakra fit. But yeah, just work 3-2-1, unblock, especially in the back, especially the back of your grounding. Be more so, and your legs. It seems like you have a lot of energy blocks around your feet chakra, the chakra in the base of your foot, and your ankles. So work on unblocking those so that your spirit legs can fit in better into your physical legs. That'll help you be more present in your lower chakras. Okay, hope that helps. Good to see you. Someone says, hey Janet, how am I doing on the astral with finding a new job? Part of me feels like I'm making progress consciously, but there's also part of me that feels I'm not moving fast enough. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. because you mentioned it in your survey, and then, well, sort of tangentially, because you were talking about your husband. Hold on, let me fix the camera. This drives me nuts if I'm all blurry. There we go. um, So, but I noticed it because you mentioned in your survey, but then I don't want to like email people individually because of surveys, so you have to ask me like this for me to be able to answer. So thank you. I think what could help is do more of that Akashic Record download unblocking, like unblock your seventh, so that you can do more Akashic Record downloads. Because I think sometimes you can make a bunch of progress in your sleep with your angels, but if you're not progressing enough in the body, then you kind of have to wait astrally before you catch up on a conscious level. So I think it's this catch up on a conscious level time where you gotta do some more downloads from your Akashic records, uploads and downloads, and maybe keep doing chakra filament work because that helps body spirit unblocking, so it helps you catch up faster. So I would say chakra filament work, and the chakra filament work, which we did today, but we've done it in other healings, and unblock your seventh more so you can do Akashic record downloads. And we did that, like I said, in the final September healing 2 of 2 on emotional boundaries. But I'll link it below later too. So the download part, the part where you have to unblock your seventh more to do Akashic record downloads that you have not been able to do for a while. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah, you got to catch up to how far along you are on the astral. So it says, hi Janet, thank you so very much for these Q&A sessions. You're very welcome. I appreciate the gratitude. Thank you. Someone says, thank you for answering questions. It is so helpful for my healing journey. You're welcome. How are my husband and daughter doing with being present in their chakras now that they have had the healings for several months? Good question. Your daughter... at first I was looking at how she's doing with today's healing, and the inner child healing, that kind of like puzzles her. She's like, seriously? Like, I have to do that? Like, she did it, but she thinks it's a little weird. It's funny. But she did it, so, whatever, but I'm getting a little bit of teenager eye roll on that one. Let's see. Your daughter, overall, like, if I could nutshell what the healings have been doing for her, having healing so regularly for several months, she individuates better. So she still has her moods, but they're because she's in a mood, not because someone else around her is in a mood. She's individuating more quickly, like bringing in new energy about her identity and her confidence in who she is as a person, which is huge. I mean, if I could go back and get those kind of healings when I was her age, wow. Then my early 20s wouldn't have been such a mess. Early and mid and late 20s. So yeah, she's also getting more used to clearing past life baggage, because kids, they bring in a past life baggage. Everyone brings in past life baggage. So that idea of letting go of that is not super natural to her. It's not super like routine for her yet, but it's getting there. She's not doing the eye roll with that. She gets it. So yeah, it's helping her, I guess, mature. It's helping her, Yeah, with identity stuff and individuating and energy boundaries stuff. She's more grounded. Like, she'll go into a store now and be way more grounded than she used to be. She used to just kind of match how ungrounded all the adults were around her. But now she's just more grounded in that store, even though the adults around her are not. I mean, you know, still could be better, but it is improved. So, yeah. Your husband, oh yeah, I remember his name. With him, it's more like he's unloading childhood junk. He's been unloading childhood. That's funny. It's kind of a similar way to which it's benefited your daughter. Like, but he has more old junk to get rid of but he is starting to bring in his individuated self more that ideally he would have brought in when he was 16, but he didn't get all these healings, and his parents looks like they dumped on him a lot. So he's sort of getting a healthy childhood kind of now. It's never too late to have a healthy childhood. So yeah, it's helping him to, he's not yet, there's much more that he can bring in that I'm sure he will, but it looks like, if he keeps going this way, but yeah, he's unloading a lot of childhood heaviness that he got. So, looks cool. Someone says, hi, Janet. Thanks for these healings and Q&A sessions. They are amazing. Do you have any insights about what else I could do right now besides my offering intuitive healing sessions? What I could do right now besides my offering intuitive healing sessions. Yeah, as if that's not enough. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, maybe reformat that question if you think that you don't want to be a pro reader healer, but it seems like you're headed towards that, and your angels seem cool with it. So maybe you're thinking of a different type of career, which is fine too, but I'm not clear that that's really your question. Maybe you mean like, you know, it's nice to have it's nice to have kind of a mainstream type career, mainstream job while you develop your pro reader healer practice and get more and more clients, because that can build more slowly than you might want it to. And so for income, it's nice to have like a mainstream low drama kind of job that you can just do and get paid for, while on the side you're doing your reader healer appointments and building that up to the point where you could live off it. So maybe that's what you're thinking, the sort of the job, the regular money kind of job while you're building your healing reading practice. And it does look like your angels are suggesting different things for that. But it does look like you have energy blocks in the way of hearing them about that. The sort of the more mainstream, dependable, predictable income type job while you're building your practice. So you could just, keep clearing energy blocks in the way of you hearing your angels around the mainstream dependable income part of the equation. So I hope that helps. Someone says, hi, Janet. Can you check how my energy was this? Oh, first we're going to have a little interlude before I get to that question, where I'm going to, totally as an aside, I'm going to say what I'm drinking for tea right now. So I have a new cup of tea that I made in between the healing live stream and now. And what we are drinking right now is hazelnut honeybush tea, which is very tasty and it smells good. And it's herbal, and so no caffeine. And it has a very distinctive taste, so you don't have to use a lot of it, which is good because it's expensive. If you wanted to look it up online, the website is encoreteas.com. Encore, ENCORE, teas, TEAS.com. Encore Teas. And no, I'm not getting money from them. But they may be based where I live, because they do have a store where I live, and it says Olympia, Washington on the label. But anyway, it's not organic, but the guy talked my ear off about how carefully they source everything. And so it's organic-ish, maybe. He says you have to pay all these thousands of dollars to get the organic label and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, he's confident that nobody uses chemicals that he sources from, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so that's what we're drinking right now. Hazelnut honeybush tea. And fun fact about tea, if you forgive me, just because I talk about caffeine a lot, and how caffeine can deplete yang energy, ironically. If, maybe not in like low levels, but anyway, it can deplete your yang energy and make you yang deficient over time, which super sucks. And I didn't know that. And I was only drinking black tea, but I think that may have contributed to me becoming yang deficient. But anyway, I fixed it hopefully fixed it, mostly fixed it at least. But anyway, so recently my acupuncturist told me that I could have just 1 teaspoon at a time of green tea, not the tea, but the tea leaves. So I have this organic, I can't show you that, it's in the cabinet right now, but Genmaicha green tea, which has roasted rice in it, which supposedly helps digestion a little bit. So I can have just 1 teaspoon of that tea, those loose leaf tea leaves, and then I make a thing out of it with just 1 teaspoon of that. And I have it within 2 hours after a high fat meal, because my breakfasts are pretty high fat, because I love butter. And I like to, we have this really nice beef sausage that's really flavorful, and I need a lot of protein to really be even and focused for a long time after a meal. So my breakfast is pretty high fat. So she said if I have just that, low level of green tea within 2 hours after I finish my meal, then that green tea can help my body break down the fats. And it does seem like it helps my digestion. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that throughout the winter, just because of how caffeine, is a little bit yang depleting and blah, 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 blah. And green tea is a little cooling, but she said, at least for now, I can do it. And it's very nice. So just in case people care about caffeine and all that, because I've always said that for a couple years now, I'm no caffeine pretty much because of the whole yang thing. So, but now I can have 1 teaspoon of green tea leaves made into tea after my breakfast. If you have it after 2 hours, then it doesn't help your digestion process anymore. So just within the 2 hours after you've finished your meal. And then definitely finished by 4 p.m. so it doesn't affect my bedtime, because I try to go to bed by 11-ish. And caffeine can affect you for a long time after you're done with it, after you've drunk it. Okay, so enough tea interlude. That includes the tea portion of this live stream. Hope you don't mind. Okay, so someone says, trying to find my place. Can you check how my energy was this past week? How many chakras was I in? Some days felt better than others. Also, I have a cold at the moment. That's very relevant. Thank you for mentioning. Okay. So it's Sunday right now. On Monday, you were in 7 through 3. The back of your grounding kept blocking up on Monday, and you did have some aura damage in the back of your aura on Monday. On Tuesday, you still had that aura damage in the back of your aura on Tuesday, but you did fix your grounding in the back. You didn't have chakra damage, but because of that persistent aura damage in the upper back, You were in 7 through 3. And then Wednesday, it looks like you finished healing the back of your aura, the damage in the upper back. And so you were in 7 through 2 in Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday, you got aura damage again in the upper back. And so then you were in 7, 6, 5, 4 only. And the back of your grounding blocked up also. You didn't get any chakra damage though. Saturday, the aura damage was still happening in the upper back, and the back of your grounding was like half blocked. So you probably try to repair your aura every day, but maybe use sticky gold wax, around the ripped up parts to make sure you get all the gunk out. Because if you have a bunch of rips back here, you get a lot of gunk buildup. It's like if you have a greasy countertop, then it like builds up dust and cat hair and whatever on it. And so now you have grease and crumbs and dust and cat hair and whatever, So sticky gold wax to get out all the junk, a couple of times, and then repair, and then sticky gold wax some more, and then repair. Just so, unless you can see perfectly. If you can see perfectly, then you would be able to see, oh yeah, I can still see the energy leaking out. I can see the indentations there. I know that's still damaged, but it seems like, your vision isn't as good as it could be, so you're not noticing it. So just do sticky gold wax as you do repair. That way you make sure you really get it. So I hope that makes sense. Also, you could find out who keeps whacking you. That's always interesting. It seems family related. Like husband related. So you could just remind him to work with his angels on a spirit level. Just be like, hey, I know you have a really hard day. You have a lot of challenges. Your angels can help you with that. Just keep reminding him. All right. Someone said, so I hope that helps. And I'm sorry you have a cold. You could work GV-CV meridian to help speed up the cold stuff, help strengthen your immune system. Just like imagine GV meridian and CV meridian, and just they're like all tight and compressed. I don't think they're really ripped up. They just look like straws that are like all clogged. So just, let them expand, let them relax, let them flow better. GV and CV meridian. If someone needs a walkthrough of that, you could search Janet Wright GV CV advanced version. That's a walkthrough. GV CV. They're major Chinese medicine meridians. I know you know that, but other people listening would not know probably. So you just Janet Wright CVGV or Janet Wright CVGV advanced version. There are a bunch of different videos on those stuff, but GV and CV meridian, they just help manage your yin and your yang meridians in your body, so helps you be stronger in both those ways. So GV helps with assertiveness, your sense of like, I can do it, and CV meridian helps you feel, self-aware, gentle, self-comforted, all that good stuff. So if your CV meridian is damaged or not flowing properly, you might feel too vulnerable, too weak. If your CV meridian is damaged or blocked, you may get headaches, stuff like that. So anyway, long story short, that could help. Trying to find my place again, because YouTube keeps scrolling the comments. They're like, YouTube's like, I don't care where you are. Let's scroll the comments. Okay, so next question. Hi, Janet. I have been working on my abundance garden really diligently for months, but don't see any improvement financially. Any insight? That's not true. I thought you got some job stuff percolating recently. Yeah, I thought you wrote in your survey that on Friday evening you got some job options coming to you. But okay, I'll look. Ah, I think today's healing would be quite nice for that. How we did the inner child stuff, how we like heal the parts of you that are trying to get love and approval from your mom, and heal the inner child parts of you that are trying to get love and approval from your dad or from a father figure. Because I think you can kind of unblock and heal at a certain level, but sometimes you're supposed to really change and kind of like upgrade, and so what's keeping you from that big upgrade to your abundance? And it looks like, a little too much inner child energy trying to get love and approval from your mom and love and approval from a dad. So just heal the inner child parts of you, so then you can sort of transcend to that upgrade level of your abundance, so that more can actually manifest. So yeah, inner child healing. Heal the parts of you that are holding up your abundance, basically. But it looks like specifically parts of you that are, stuck wanting to feel love and approval and support from authority figures. Okay. And you can do it one at a time too, like when we did that, it finally helped for you. So just do one part of you at a time that is, kind of derailing your abundance accidentally. One inner child part of you. Okay, hope that helps. Someone says, you healed me this time. Yes, I am working with a career coach who is encouraging me to create a healthy morning routine. I am having trouble hearing my angels about what it should be. Can you help? Thanks. Yeah, it's interesting. You mentioned in your survey about routines and stuff, or habits, you said, and I think with you, it's kind of what I was just saying to the other person. Like, you finished a bunch of stuff that you were creating, and the new level of creating that you need to do, I don't think just habits will get you there. I think it's like you need to kind of shift your vibration completely, and then you'll be here, and then the habits that support here make sense. I don't think the habits are going to get you to that level. Well, maybe going for walks in the morning could get you to that level. That could be. If you went for a walk. Like pre-breakfast, shorter walk, like 20 minutes. Unless you live in a place that's so chaotic that would just be very jarring. But it doesn't seem like that. It seems like you could just, walk out your front door and go for a 20-minute walk, there and back, 20 minutes, and then have your breakfast. So the idea is, you're trying to get to a different level of creativity, manifesting, yada, yada, work-life balance, individuality, all that stuff, empowerment. So what gets you from here to here? What gets you to this new level? And that's when I saw the morning pre-breakfast walk daily, before breakfast, 20 minutes. It seems like mid-afternoon too, some kind of mid-afternoon ritual would help you get here. I think healing inner wounds. If you healed inner wounds in mid-afternoon, there's something about that really gets you here faster. So like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock your time, somewhere around there. Just spend like 5 minutes 5 minutes redoing grounding and legs, and maybe you could do it while you're stretching even if you want. And then heal inner wounds. Just imagine them like slashes out in front of you and heal inner wounds. But yeah, so 20-minute pre-breakfast daily walks and healing inner wounds sometime between 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Seems like that's it. And maybe enjoying music in a different way, like certain kinds of music that you like but you never listen to, that kind of thing. But yeah, but I think a whole routine for the morning, I just don't think, I think that's the problem with, some coaching is very like, well, this is what's worked for other clients, so it will work for you, but it doesn't, I'm not really seeing that for you right now, having a whole bunch of ritual for your morning other than, here, like little sort of adjustments that change the whole thing, little parts of your day that you tweak at this point. But then I think once you get to that new level, then yeah, there could be a whole bunch of habits and stuff that really make sense to you, that come to your mind, that that help support your momentum forward. So it helps. Someone says, hi, Janet, been going through a big shift. I got a loan and purchased my first car. Congratulations. I found my dream car and can afford it and my payments. I'm happy, but have triggered fear about abundance scarcity. What kind of advice do the angels have for me about addressing the triggered feelings of not deserving good things? Well, it looks like you have some past life anxiety, trauma, etc., about having nice things and people destroying them or stealing them. Not specifically about an automobile in the past lives. I mean, you could have had one past life that was automobile related, but it doesn't look like that was a thing for you. So I don't think you had a life at that time in a place where you would have had an automobile. So this is your first automobile life. So that could be part of the weirdness of it. That you own your own automobile, but you've had nice things before that have been stolen or damaged or both by other people in past lives, and you haven't healed all the stuck energy about that. So I would just say you can keep on blocking, melt away blocked energy about having nice things. And I don't think it's wounds. I think it's just blocked energy. I don't think it's really a self-esteem thing. I think, in the past, people have stolen your shit. People have, destroyed it or stolen it, and, I think too, you're aware of people that steal cars. I mean, like psychically, it's a reality. Like I have a Honda Civic, and it's an older Honda Civic. I mean, it's new to me, and it's a lot newer than the Honda Civic I had before this one. So it's a 2009 Honda Civic. But Honda Civics are, at least in Chicago, I don't know about the stats here in Washington State where I live now, but in Chicago they were the #1 type of car that was stolen. Specifically, not new Honda Civics, but used Honda Civics, because they're stolen for parts, because so many people own Honda Civics that there's a big market for old Honda Civic parts, and so car thieves steal the cars and then sell them to chop shops, who then sell the parts. So, why am I going into that story? It's a good question. Well, because you're just aware that people steal cars. So I think you could just think rationally, are there ways I could make my car safer? Like if you're parking, in a place that's not secure, do you need a club on your steering wheel? Do you need a club on your brake pedal? I have both. I have a club on my steering wheel and my brake pedal because we don't have a garage. We have a carport that one of our cars is in, but the other one, my car, is just, out in the open. So anyone walking by, they're just 20 feet from my car when they're standing on the street. So, people could easily check out my car at night when I'm not right there to watch them, or during the day when I'm not watching them. So for me, it gives me that extra comfort level on a practical level, just have a club on the steering wheel and a club on the brake pedal, and, didn't cost me much, and it's a lot of peace of mind, but it's a rational thing. It literally makes my car less likely to be stolen. Because, if they can steal a car that doesn't have a club on it, it's easier for them. So there could be rational ways that you could make your car more safe, get a secure parking spot or put a club on it or 2 clubs on it. and also, of course, clear all the past life baggage around having nice things destroyed or stolen. I think that would be enough. So I hope that helps. So yeah, I don't think it's a deserving thing of like a heart chakra for you as far as I can see. I think you've worked on that a lot, and you're fine with it on that level. It's just more of the reality that people steal cars and the past life baggage that you can clear. Okay, hope that helps. Someone says, for the past few days before the healing, I sometimes felt anxious and burdens on my chest, tired, tried clearing aura/people's energy, and felt better after the healing. I wonder what it was, anything I could do. Well, I don't know if you felt better after the Friday healing or after today's healing, because today's healing, we actually specifically did ribcage stuff and lung stuff. We unblocked, as part of the circuitous journey we did right before inner child work. We unblocked the rib cage and the lungs and healed that whole area. So if today's healing helped you, it was specifically because we did that. But we also on Friday, if Friday's healing helped you, we did specific clearing to get rid of beings, little invasive beings that are braided around many chakras at once. And that could cause, a compressed kind of a feeling, it's easy for beings to just sort of wrap themselves around several chakras at once. And then, unless you're kind of looking for that and you just wax the whole bunch of your chakras all at once and lift out all that junk at once and give it to your angels, you might miss that kind of thing. So yeah, both of those things could have helped depending on when you felt the relief. Yeah, maybe it was just the beings wrapped around multiple chakras at once. Because if a being's wrapped around your first chakra, they can trigger the anxiety, and then they're wrapped around here too, so they can, cause compression here and harder to breathe in. So you just gold wax on cover all your bases at once. Gold wax on all the 7 chakras, have it stick to any beings that are in the way, get rid of them. Angels, here you go. I mean, you can say, angels, if you're feeling charitable, they could get rid of them for you. Just say, angels, can you please recycle any beings that are, affecting my breathing? Hope that helps. Someone says, hola, I noticed yesterday that while I had abundant motivation and energy to move forward, taking the first step was difficult, like I was frozen. Best healing techniques to tackle this. I have your real life name. That helps me. Okay, yeah, I do. Because you got the healing today. And I wrote down your YouTube name next to your name. Which I don't often do, but anyway, I did. It seems like you had your mom in your space. She was like right there. So, She seems to think she's helping you though, you know, and she's not trying to overpower you, but the effect is the same. You feel blocked. So you can just, you know, comb through your space, be like, hi mom, I need breathing room. You're really amazing. Hope you have a good day. Go check your body. Go wiggle your toes. Ask your angels for a healing. You know, so you give her helpful, inspiring suggestions so she isn't in your space. But that's what it looks like. So if that helps. So in general, if you feel frozen, just, you know, do your basics. Do you like a tricolor earth energy soak? That's super easy and that flushes out a lot. That little 5-minute video, tricolor earth energy soak. But yeah, just you could comb through your space with, you know, gold sandstorm, spinning bits of gold light, and just pop anybody out who's in there. You know, but clear out your aura as well as your chakras, because she was more just sitting in your aura in the front. Okay, hope that helps. Yeah, so basics, just grounding, wide and flowing, aura, chakras, wide and flowing, kick everybody out. Just, you know. I mean, there are people who are stuck about productivity for other reasons, but in your personal case, it was just your mom in your space. There is a video, an audio, like a sound MP3 audio recording that I have on my website about productivity. I'm totally forgetting what it's called. Project Unstuck. Project Unstuck. Something like that. And it just walks you through clearing energy blocks that are in the way of you starting a project. But for you, it's just your mom. But in general, for other people, there is that little recording on my website. You can download it and play it on your phone or on your computer. Project Unstuck, I think is what it's called. I have a free meditations menu. And that's probably on page 3 of 3 of my free meditations menu. A lot of the short ones are on page 3 of 3. So I hope that helps. Someone says, I feel bad about swimming in your head. Can I ask the angels to block my curiosity so it doesn't happen again? Okay, so for context for other people, sometimes people will email me a question. Oh, can you look at this? You know, and I never really like that. You know, I prefer people just post a question under a video, because then at some point when I have time and it sort of makes sense in what I have to do for that day, you know, which doesn't always make sense every day, you know, for me to do it, but I'll go to YouTube and I'll look under the comments to see video comments, and then I'll scan them to see, you know, maybe I only have a little bit of time and there's like a whole bunch of comments. I'll just pick the ones that the angels say are most time sensitive or urgent, you know, and the others have to wait until some other time when I have motivation and time to do it, and, you know, whatever, right? So YouTube, you know, sets aside those comments, and it kind of facilitates me having boundaries with people's questions, you know, because if I don't have time, I'm not going to go to YouTube and go out of my way to click all these screens to be able to see the comments, right? But an email, you know, a lot of times if I'm working on stuff, I have to check my email and I have to know what's in it and all that. So the email kind of inserts someone's question into my day a little bit in a way that it doesn't really work for me. Particularly because it's a free question out of nowhere. And so if it's a free question, I figure we should do it in a way that works for me, right? And so that way would be to post it under a video. But then too, sometimes not only someone emails, but they just feel like kind of a little stuck, subconsciously, accidentally. They feel stuck and they have sort of an intense energy around getting the answer to this question. Like it's a burning question. Is this the case? What about this, Janet? You know, and so then that's a whole extra thing where they're actually in my space asking me the question over and over and over and over again, almost like mentally harassing me until I freaking answer the question. And that, of course, is really not appreciated. But I will tell the person sometimes when that's happening, I'll email the person and be like, you know what, you're in my head right now, just so that they have that feedback, because they probably do that to other people in their lives and nobody's going to tell them that, and so then they won't know that they're in somebody else's space. And then, that could fuel a conflict with the other person, or it could just make them less focused during the day. So, it's sort of like a teachable moment, I figure, to let people know, hey, you're in my head right now. Or you're trying to be in my head with this question, give it to your angels. Yeah, and that's a good remedy too. If you have a question, even if you ask it to me, by posting it under a video, hopefully, and not emailing me, hand the question to your angels. Hand the issue and the question to your angels, because then your angels work 24/7 for you. And obviously they're smarter than I am, and they know you better, and they read better, and they heal better. So they're better, and they work for free all the time. So hand it to them, and then you could still post a succinct version of it under a video because you'd like me to answer it when I have time. But then you have this dynamic where you're already getting help on it. So you're way less likely to be invasive with me about that question and feel like, like you're going to burst if I don't answer it right now, subconsciously, So I think that is also another technique, is just hand whatever issues, whatever questions you have to your angels. So like, say you want somebody to get back to you, hand it to your angels, so that you're less likely to be living in their brain. Now, can you ask the angels to block your invasiveness so that it doesn't happen again? That works maybe half the time. The other half of the time, the angels, maybe, I've seen situations where someone has been throwing a lot of energy at me, like out of anger, subconscious anger, and the angels didn't block it for them, even though they asked that it be blocked, because their angels felt like, this is such an issue for you. You need to see what happens when you punish someone this much, and so that they needed to, see the results of that, the real life results of when you punish somebody and you scream and you throw energy at them for a day. This is what they do. Like, if it's me, I'm not going to punish back, but I'm going to stop working with the person, So in that extreme case, the angels didn't block it, even though I know that person always asks, so block all my punishment from everyone, towards everyone. So angels will not always block stuff. But you can ask, because maybe half the time they would, and because they know you're working on it and they know you're trying to not be invasive, and so they'll help. So it depends, but it's always worth it to say, angels, help me to have strong boundaries with everybody. Angels, help me to have strong boundaries with, business clients of mine, with teachers of mine, with Janet, who is a teacher, or, with my spouse, with my cousin, anybody. You can definitely ask for extra angel help with that. But yeah, I think inner child healing, or healing the part of you that's really freaked out subconsciously, just on a regular basis, is nice. But yeah, I think if you just hand any question you have that you might be asking me, hand it to your angels, because they're the ones that are gonna tell me the best version of the answer that would really make sense for you. So it's really about you and your angels in the end anyway. So if that makes sense. Alrighty. Someone says, hi Janet, my health has suffered in the past year. Is there anything angels suggest I can do to help? Your angels say there's some emotional stuff that you're not dealing with that it would really help you to deal with. Like some childhood emotion stuff. So maybe the inner child stuff that we did today, that could be an easy way to work it. Just over time. But they're saying that there's just a little too much that's put aside. I mean, nobody wants to feel, sadness or anger or whatever, and maybe it's even from past lives too, and but they say that there's just a little too much emotions, and sometimes too it's emotional baggage that you took on from family members when you were growing up. So it just looks like, if you imagine an emotional garden, a garden that's just your emotions, you could search Janet Wright Emotional Garden on YouTube. And there's a walkthrough. We did it in a group healing just a couple months ago, sometime this year. My sense of time is really bad, but sometime this year we did it. So it's just Janet Wright Emotional Garden. But because it seems like your emotional garden that you're using is like 20%, and the other 80% you're like, ma, it's not there. But that energy that you're ignoring in your emotional space is affecting your physical health a lot. So I think that'd be a good place to start as far as using energy healing to positively impact your health. I don't think it's a cure-all or anything, for you, but it looks like it could help. So there you go. This is Bambi, everybody. All right. Someone said, oh, and just a disclaimer, I know you know that, but I'm not the type of healer that thinks that, there's no medical interventions that could help things. Nutrition is real. Traditional Chinese medicine, is very useful in some cases. Western medicine is very useful in some cases. So there are all sorts of, physical level professional modalities that are real and make a difference. What you eat makes a difference, even in like a custom way. Like obviously, like some herbs might help you more than other herbs, or some food might help you more than other food. So, but I know all that. It's just for other people, because I know there are some people that are healers that, poo-poo any medicine, and that's not me. So I just want to be clear about that. Because sometimes, something is so rooted in the physical level reality of your body that you need a physical intervention, some level of, physical changes as well. Even if energy healing could help a little or a lot. Okay, so hope that helps. Also, you know what? Wei Qi aura healing. I think that would be really nice for you. If you keep focusing on that. I do it sometimes in the healings, but I don't know that you're in the healings that I've done Wei Qi aura on enough, because it looks like you could use it. So a quick version of that is if you search Janet Wright Repair 17 auras, the number 17. Yeah, Janet Wright Repair 17 auras. Because 15 of those 17 are your Wei Qi auras, which are part of your eternal spirit, and it helps you with strong boundaries, which those strong boundaries can help your physical body as well as just psychologically and stuff. So yes, I would say emotional garden healing and Wei Qi aura healing. More Wei Qi aura repair work. And Wei Qi aura repair work is stuff you do, to the healthy and gentle extent, and do it over time. And then you could like post, under a video like a month from now, I've been doing Wei Qi aura repair and emotional garden work for the last month. Can you please check my work? That kind of idea. Okay, hope that helps. Someone says, feel lost and angry. Self-sabotage and suppress 5 chakra energy. 5 chakra energy. My well-being. I feel a lot of this is due to jealousy of others, especially family. I feel their pain, fear that triggers shame. Thanks. Thanks for the healings. You're welcome. I don't know if it's more intense lately. It seems like it could be like between the Friday healing and today's healing. Um, it looks like you got a really big hard object thrown at you in the back left of your aura that went in pretty deep. It went in even to the first layer of your aura. So just like slice in there because you had a lot of stuck energy in the back left anyway. So that makes that causes a weakness structurally. And so if it's not flowy, and so the object went in deeper, but it was like about this big, cutting in, and it cut through because of all the blocked energy that was there before. It went through that far, and it's still there. So the work that we didn't clear it. It made it smaller a little, and yeah, but it's still there. So I would just work the back left of your aura, because your aura is technically repaired, but you know what you could do also, your Wei Qi auras in the back left more. You know, repair more your Wei Qi auras in the back left, get rid of that big thin sort of cutting thing that got thrown at you. But yeah, I think you tend to get too much in your head about stuff like, oh, I'm feeling their pain, and then I feel shame, and then it turns into this, and then it turns into that, and you're like a mental pinball machine about, oh, this complicated situation, and I feel all their blah, 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 blah. Okay, rein it in. If you don't feel right, something's wrong with your chakras, your aura, or your grounding, or all of the above. So chakras, aura, grounding. That's all you're going to think about. I don't care if you have 20 family members who hate your freaking guts. You would feel fine about it if your aura was fine, if your chakras were fine, and your grounding was fine. Okay? So rein it in. Okay? No mental pinball about blah, 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 blah. No. Just, I know it's hard, but just rein it in. Check it out. Aura, chakras, grounding. Aura, that's it. Just, okay. It's all right. Just get it together. Because then you'd start noticing, oh, weird. Like I comb through the back of my aura and you know, there's this big thing right there, you know, and then you'd start feeling the solution. You know, you'd start getting, you know, together. Because the solution is not to make your family less jealous or less envious or less whatever. You know, it is what it is. You incarnate into that family to learn from the experience and get stronger within it, right? So whatever. You can't change them into different people. So don't worry about it. Just, I mean, don't worry about it. Sounds oversimplified, but just rein it in. You feel better if you make yourself better, which means this stuff, aura, chakras, grounding. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. So right now, fix your aura. Finish fixing it. I mean, the healing helped a little, but that's a pretty unique custom thing that is still actually there. I mean, you can say, can you check my aura again? After you fix it in the live stream. If I have time, I'll get to it and take another look. All right. Hope that helps. Someone says, can the angels suggest anything? It's time to have more tea. Okay. Can the angels suggest anything to help me with with employment and sustaining myself with less stress? Just root and safety stuff? Non-judgment of the way the world functions? We'll try the RAIN technique. It would be nice if you put your real name, like at least first name, last initial, in a question, because that YouTube ID is so like, you know, we are the world, archangel, la la la, that it just completely blocks you as a person. Like my view of you. I tried, like, okay, this is the real you, but it would be easier with your name. So any question that you have that involves me reading you, put your first name and your last initial for sure with that YouTube ID. Oh gosh. Your grounding gets very thin. Your aura, it doesn't look like you have aura damage or chakra damage right now, which is great. But your grounding gets really thin and narrow. It doesn't look like you got the healing today. But I could be wrong because I have no idea of your first of your real name. Maybe you put it by now. Let's see. Oh, you did. Thank God. Okay. Yeah, your grounding is really thin. And your legs, you seem to be very like cerebral, you know, like from the hips up. And you're kind of like down there, you're like, no, that's not me. So make peace with your legs. Whatever you need to do to be friends with your toes and your feet and your ankles. Maybe do some ankle rotation and some leg stretches every day or something. Just because somehow you're like, no, it's not there. Who cares? You know? Knees, how pedestrian. You know, you're just not there. So I do have a video, not that that'll fix everything, but it'll kind of maybe get you thinking along the lines of using your legs, because they're really, really beneficial for you as a spirit for chakra stuff, including abundance. So the video title, if you search Janet Wright explaining earth energy up legs, that'll bring it up. It's an 11-minute video. It's really simple, but it just talks about bringing red earth energy up your legs and how it goes from there into your first chakra. Because, I mean, you're more present than you used to be for sure, but you're still kind of avoiding legs, which makes you half avoid your first chakra, which really gets in the way of realities like money. Also, the back of your aura, you seem very front. So like the back of your aura only is about 1/3 as wide as the front of your aura. And so to be centered, you need to be equal in the back and the front. So back of your aura and legs, I would say, are the two areas that you could work way more to help you just... Because it's kind of like you're just flying over your life, you know, like an airplane flies over land. You're not quite in it still, even though you're more present than you were. So you're on the right track, but I think you're still like in that airplane flying over your life. So I think legs and back of aura unblocking and back of grounding unblocking will help you to actually be in your life to a much greater degree. And I think then stuff like jobs and money won't be so like weird. So I hope that makes sense. I have a lot of leg videos too, actually, leg clearing videos. Like if you search Janet Wright bottle brush legs, because there's this technique where you use a gold bottle brush to clean out your leg channels. And yeah, so leg stretches, ankle stretches, that video explaining earth energy up legs, and also gold bottle brush legs. I'll try to remember to link those below also in the comment section later. So yeah, and just imagine, like, get out of the freaking plane, be on the ground in your life. Just let your angels help you so that it's a pleasant transition. So angels, help me to stop flying above my life. Help me to be in my life, walking in the reality of my life, and help me to enjoy that. Okay, hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. All right. Oh, one more video, supersize chakras. If you search Janet Wright, supersize chakras. That one could be very nice too. That one does leg work and it does lower chakra work. So any of you guys really still working on getting into your lower chakras, which is most everybody, supersize chakras. Janet Wright, supersize chakras. Supersize, one word, I think. It's just basically unblocking and helping the chakras to relax and expand so that specifically your physical 3, 2, 1, because those chakras are usually the last to unblock, and so you have to specifically focus on them to accelerate your progress. So I hope that helps. Someone says, focusing on short-term goals in order to be productive for October. What is getting in the way? I don't see clearly. Thank you for the family group healing. You are welcome. Very welcome. You know, your husband's mom is very strong-willed. I think she's still alive. You could let me know. If it's not your husband's mom, like if she's in heaven, then it's not her that you're having boundary issues with, because people in heaven, they're temporarily more evolved because they're like on vacation, kind of in heaven. So it's either your mother-in-law, your husband's mom, or one of his sisters. But I think your recent, when you were thinking of like a long-term career and maybe you've changed your mind on that one, or maybe you just put it aside for now, but that sort of alternative long-term career you were thinking is pretty triggering to, I think, all the women in your husband's family. And I think they have been affecting your ability to see clearly, even on things like, getting stuff done in October, which has nothing to do with this alternative career. I think that you, if you were to do that alternative career, which maybe you've decided against, which is fine, but I think it would have shifted your whole family a lot, not in a bad way, but it would have been a real change that would have ripple affected into your husband and your kids. And I think his family, it would be a little mind-blowing for them. And I think that they just kind of managed to find some of your weak points and kind of crush your abilities a little bit. So that now, even though you're reading something that has nothing to do with an alternative career, it's like you're kind of smushed. So I would say, just clear out your husband's family, basically, specifically the women in your husband's family from your space. And clear inner wounds and energy blocks that cause you to have weaker boundaries with the women in your husband's family. But, over time, do it maybe for a week or so. Heal inner wounds and clear energy blocks that give you weaker boundaries with your husband's family, the women in his family particularly. Because that's the real issue. Why can't you see what you need to get done in October and work on it? I mean, you really can. I mean, you could just do inner blocks, clear blocks in the way of you being productive in October, and heal inner wounds in the way of you being productive in October. But the inner child stuff does seem really great for you. I know that we mentioned that for you because we had that impromptu Q&A at the end of the healing. So I would say still keep working on the inner child stuff that's in the way of your productivity. But yeah, add on the boundaries work with the women of your husband's family. Okay. And I know your mother is quite a force to reckon with, but she's kind of like on your radar already, and your boundaries with her seem fine right now because you've worked them for a while. Okay, so hope that helps. Someone says, I'm not as productive at work as I used to be, like a switch flipped and a few months ago, and I'm okay with it. am feeling disengaged because my focus is elsewhere. Oh, am I feeling disengaged because my focus is elsewhere? Or is it time to plan a job shift? Interesting question. So, how would we answer this? Well, things happen on the astral first before in body. So, if you were wanting to job change soon, you would have already worked on that in your sleep with your angels. So, are you working on your sleep with your angels about a job shift? I gotta know. Are you stuck about it and that's why you're not working on your angels with a job shift? I get another no. So, it's not about getting a different job right now. It just looks like there's a whole different part of your life that astrally you're focusing on, kind of like work-life balance. Who are you outside of work? Who are you, individuating from your family, individuating from culture, thinking globally too. Like, if it looks like astrally you're testing out, okay, if I live the next decade in this country, what would it feel like? If I live the next decade in this country, what would it feel like? So there's some of that. There's like travel hypotheticals you're doing. There's just thinking about how different cultures can support your life goals or get in the way of your life goals if you don't have boundaries with them. And then even if you have boundaries with them, is there a part of this culture and a part of that culture and a part of that culture that would support you on your journey more? So yeah, you're working a lot of cool stuff, but yeah, it doesn't have much to do with your job. So I guess right now your job is just stable income, and it is nourishing to a point, but yeah, it looks like you're kind of using it as just a nice foundation, and then you're working in other areas more right now. So I hope that helps. So someone took back their question. Someone says, thank you, you're welcome. Someone says, I have chronic pain and I want to heal the pain in my right hip area, butt, groin, thigh, etc., and my chronic headache. Can you please check my energy? What can I do about this in energy work? Sure, great question. Wow. Yeah, so I'm assuming that you haven't yet done any of my aura repair videos, because that would be the first thing. You have, okay, so the aura should protect your body, okay, your physical body. It also protects your astral body, which is you as a spirit, a big part of you. And so your aura is the energy field that you're generating. So it should be nice and full and whole without leaks. And that makes you safer. It makes the energy flow better. So it helps you even on a physical level to feel a lot less physical pain. It helps you even with simple things like being coordinated when you walk downstairs. It helps you to not have headaches because it's protecting the energy channel the major energy channel around your head. But if your aura is all ripped up and damaged like yours is, then you get a lot of very internal damage and stuck energy that causes pain and headaches and all sorts of drama. So if you imagine like, okay, so the back of your aura should be this nice full half a bubble, right? And the front half is in the front, right? So you should have this nice half a bubble, and for you, like maybe 2/3 of the back of your aura is just gone. It's just ripped up and gone. And so you have 1/3 like around the back left of your body, but that's really just 1/3 of what should be there. You should have this big flowing awesomeness just protecting you and keeping you safe back here, and it's just ripped up. So what I would say is pat yourself on the back. Anything you're accomplishing right now, any like positive thoughts you have, it is only because you are strong and you are, you are wise. So give yourself a pat on the back, because most people with that much aura damage, there'd be nothing positive they're thinking. There'd be nothing positive, nothing proactive, no self-healing would happen with that much aura damage. So good for you for being able to do anything constructive or positive. Okay. And then aura repair is completely doable, completely learnable. I have an 18-minute video. After that, you'll know aura repair. You just have to keep practicing it. And because you have to build back up that missing 2/3 part of the back of your aura. So the first aura repair video that I suggest, there's a specific video because it has a companion technique called gold buffer zones. And that's pretty much the only place I teach the gold buffer zones, which is good to know together with the aura repair. So there's a video, it's an 18-minute video. My hair is all purple and blue in it, but it's me. Search Janet Wright Gold Buffer Zones. Janet Wright Gold Buffer Zones, and you'll find it. It's an 18-minute video. Do that one a couple times. And then you can move on to any of my aura repair videos. You can search Janet Wright Aura Repair, and you'll find other ones that are shorter, that also have grounding, that also have, you know, neat little things with them. But I would say work on aura repair for like at least 3 or 4 days, and then just post under any video. Please check my work on aura repair. I've been working aura repair for the last 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, last week, whatever. Right? And then I can look and check your progress, because you may have missed a spot, you know, or something, and I'll be able to tell you that. What you can do too is you can use sticky gold wax and just clear out all the junk. In the ripped parts in the back of your aura, you know, sticky gold wax just sticks to all the junk that may have built up there, and then you get rid of the wax and give it to your angels. So you just use gold light. The video will walk you through all that. But the idea is first aura repair, then actually don't need chakra repair, which is kind of a miracle. I think your angels have been repairing your chakras for you, because your aura, I mean, you could have massive chakra damage, but you don't have any chakra damage, which is impressive. So I don't know, maybe you're asking your angels to heal you, or it's just subconscious, but you do not have chakra damage, which is great and surprising. So then once you get your aura fully repaired, and I verify it for you, so you know, then you just maintain it. You just keep repairing your aura, but that'll be easier to maintain it. And then maybe chakra unblocking would be nice. I have an easy video on that. So like once you do aura repair for, you know, a couple days, and you're waiting for me to get back to you about your comment on, you know, double checking your work, then you can move on to, if you search Janet Wright sticky wax and then the number 7, because you're using this easy technique, sticky gold wax, to unblock your 7 chakras. So Janet Wright sticky wax 7 chakras would be the video. It's a 5-minute video, but you could keep doing it to just unblock your chakras more and more and more. But yeah, so aura repair, and then just do some of the aura repair videos that I have. Like there's one, if you search Janet Wright aura repair, I'm outside and it's winter, there's snow in the background. That one does grounding too. So work aura repair for a little bit, and then have me check your work and start unblocking your chakras with that sticky gold wax 7 chakras video. But because we can't do specific work on your thigh and your butt and all that on the right side unless we get the aura fixed first, and then the chakras fixed, because the more present you are, the more your just natural flow scrubs out all this stuff. Like a dishwashing machine, when you turn the dishwasher on, the water circulates and it scrubs the junk off of the plates and the bowls and the cups, right? But so your dishwasher isn't working. Your dishwasher has like a giant hole, so there's no scrubbing action, right? But once we get your aura repaired, then there's no more hole. So then you got the scrubbing action, and plus now then we unblock your chakras more. So then you really, you know, your chakras are the ones that generate the energy. So then it's like your dishwasher makes 3 times as much water. So then you got that nice scrubbing action, so you can start releasing, you know, through your grounding, the stuck energy that's hurting your hip. But we got to get that first. We got to get aura first and grounding first, and then chakra unblocking a little bit more. So hope that makes sense. If you have a follow-up question, you can post it under any video at any time. All right. So hope that helps. Someone says, Samir here. Yes, thank you. Thanks. Thank you for the lovely session today. I learned a lot. Hope to work with these techniques in following days, week. Please check how my energy is. I did a lot of work since this morning. You're actually in all your chakras right now. So yeah, you're in all 7 chakras right now. Yeah, you're bringing in a lot of new energy. Not as an Akashic record download, but just new energy that you made in your sleep with your angels. So you could like unblock a little more like above your head and around your creative rings. So just imagine this upper part, and just because you're bringing in a lot of new energy this way, so you want to just melt away any blockages in the way, you know, and unblock your creative rings a little extra. But yeah, you're in all your chakras, so good job, good job. And don't worry, you know, like you may not be in all your chakras now forever. Well, you probably won't be, but you know, it's like what happens is then you get into a certain level of presence, and then maybe you're there for 3 hours, and then, you know, you pop out one of the chakras. So then, you know, like right now you're in 7 through 1. So maybe this evening you'll be in 7 through 2, but then you meditate tomorrow and you can get back into 7 through 1 for a couple hours. And so each time, the more you spend time in that chakra level, the more you release, the easier it is to be there longer. So good job. So yeah, as far as to do, I think you probably have pretty decent intuition now about what would help you. The inner child stuff, though, your angels do seem pretty excited about that, what we did in today's healing. You could do more of that. Someone says, hi, Janet, can you talk about how we can be sure that we are never recording anyone else or being invasive in any way? Never courting anyone else, or never courting anyone. And then you post it a different way, or you say something different after that. What do you say? YouTube keeps scrolling. Okay. Can you talk about how we can be okay, you said that. My question didn't seem to come through. Sorry if it showed up twice. Rural internet. It's okay. It's okay. So you cannot be sure that you are never courting anyone else or being invasive in any way. Yeah. There's no like perfect mode that now you're going to just be like Buddha, you know. That's just a fantasy. I would just say, you know, have humility, understand that, you know, people have imbalances, and therefore you have some imbalances, and you just check things, you know. I mean, you can look at, okay, do I have wounds that seem to make me, you know, more imbalanced or more invasive, you know, in a certain situation. Like maybe you have a certain level of inner wounds that make you invasive with your, you know, kids and grandkids, you know, and so then you heal those wounds. And maybe you have some wounds that, or energy blocks that tend to make you invasive with your students, you know, or tend to give you weaker boundaries with your students too. So you let them like hang out in your back of your aura like it's a big school bus for students, you know. So just kind of be aware of the different situations where you could have boundary issues, and, you know, keep track of, are you doing okay there right now, or is that a little bit, you know, does that need your attention again, you know, because it's not like you just sort of fix it and then you're done forever, you know. The situations change, you have more stresses some days than others, you know, and so different weaknesses will come forward that you didn't have the day before, you know. So yeah, there's no magic thing where you could never be invasive again. I mean, being in all your chakras all the time does help, though. So you can look at that, because you're pretty close. But I think there are situations where you're only in 7 through 2 or only in 7 through 3. So I think that could be productive on many levels, just kind of look at that. Like, am I ever not, because for you're at that level where you could be in all your chakras at all times. You've already done all the clearing and stuff for that. So, but there are unique scenarios when you're not. And so I would say get more of an awareness of that, because that'll pinpoint, like, oh, wow, when I visit the hospital, I'm only in 7 through 3. Or, oh, when I go to the supermarket, I'm only in 7 through 2. Or, oh, when I visit my daughter's house, I'm only in 7 through 3. What's happening? And it'll just help you, because if you're in all your chakras, you got a nice home, you got a nice flow. What are you going to leave it for? It's nice. And it's easier to clear triggers. So it's less likely you're going to be so triggered that you're going to invade someone else's space or record them. It's still possible, though. Doesn't make you Buddha, so you still check that stuff. But yeah, so I would say in order to make faster progress with boundary issues, just look at when you're not in all your chakras, and that can kind of pinpoint then you need to investigate, well, what's happening? Oh, my grounding blocked up. Why is my grounding blocked up? Her house is really ungrounded. And then, if you visit, say, your daughter's house regularly and her house is really ungrounded, then you can, talk to her on an energy level, and, she can get clean outs for her house, because it'll help her a lot if she gets angel clean outs for her house. But she may not think about it unless you remind her, So there are solutions then. So I hope that helps. Someone says some types of Qigong can help with yang energy improvement. Yes. Yes. Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. This. Yeah. I did, there's a certain like herbal mix that I call it my homebrew, of like, different herbs and stuff, and I cook it down and have it, medicinally. I used to have it every day, but I didn't really need it this summer, so I may start back up on that, but we'll see. But yeah, as far as Qigong, I don't do that. I haven't learned it, but it's on the table as an option for me. I have a teacher that I could learn it from, so we'll see. But it's a good thing that you point out, because people may not know that yeah, there are, Qigong and probably other things too could help with getting stronger yang energy, so you feel safer and more self-assertive in life, more balanced. All right. Hi, Janet. Oh, no, you already said. Thank you for the update on my family. You're welcome. It is so exciting to see them grow and enjoy life more. Yeah, that is neat. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, someone says, hi, Janet. Growing up, I didn't receive proper mirroring. People basically gaslighted what was true about me, and now I feel fake, empty, and like I'm hidden from myself. How to heal this? Thank you. I think the fastest way is not exactly, okay, two things. One thing would be what we did today in the healing was, which I don't think you received. I think you may have followed along and healed yourself, but you didn't receive it from me. But the inner child healing part of today, which I will later do timestamp links so that you can find it and do it yourself quickly if you want. But that was in the last half hour of the healing, pretty much, the inner child work. Not the last half hour of the live stream, because we chit-chatted a lot after that. But the last half hour of the healing, there'll be a summary with timestamp links in the comment section so you can find the inner child healing part. But you can specifically heal parts of your inner child that are wounded, that, you know, make you feel now like you don't know who you are, and you feel, you know, like all confused about who you are. Just isolate those, you know, highlight those wounded inner child parts of you and heal those specifically, bit by bit. But, you know, keep healing wounded inner child parts of you. That's a very efficient way to get over one's childhood faster. Get over is maybe not a good way to put it. Strengthen from, heal from your childhood. And I would also say, though, keep unblocking the back of all your chakras, and the back of your aura, and the back of your grounding. So just, you know, the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 have round openings in the back. So just keep unblocking the back of those round openings, you know, gold light. There's that video I already put up, sticky gold wax 7 chakras. That's easy enough. You could use that. If you search Janet Wright sticky wax 7 chakras, the number 7 chakras. So keep unblocking the back of your chakras, comb through the back of your aura. You do aura repair, so that's nice now. Good for you. But keep unblocking the back of your grounding, and the back of your chakras, and the back of your aura, and then inner child healing. And that would be the fastest way to keep moving forward. So good for you. You can heal from awful childhoods. It is possible. It just takes time and good technique and persistence. So good for you. Someone says, hello, I'm new here. Well, hello to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do these Q&As twice a month after the Sunday healings that I do. And anyone is welcome to post a question, including you. If the question involves me reading your energy, which it probably would, put your first name and your last initial in the question, so that, because I read with names, like first and last name, it's really easy for me to see someone's energy. But if that feels too personal to put your whole first name and your whole last name, put whole first name and just the last initial. That's enough for me to be able to, you know, check out your energy. And I do 5 big group healing live streams a month, where I heal the people who paid in advance for me to heal them, but I talk out loud, and it's a walkthrough, so you can just heal it yourself for free and just listen to what I'm saying and follow along that way. If you wanted to receive the healings in one of the sets of healings, you definitely could. You just have to buy them before they sell out, and the next batch goes up on the 15th. Each month it's on the 15th when they go up on my payment page. This month, October 15th, is when the December group healings go up. So those might sell faster, so you kind of gotta be on the ball with that. But they'll go up at or soon after, because sometimes I'm 10 minutes late, as we know. The more you know me, the more you know that. But they go up around noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern on the 15th on my session payment page of my website, janetwrightreadings.com. So janetwrightreadings.com on the 15th, noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. And you can buy a healing set if you want. $50 US is the standard rate for either a set of 3 healings or a set of 2 healings, but there are sliding scale rates that go down from that if the standard rate is not affordable for you. But that's all on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. Okay, so let's see if you did post a question. No, you didn't yet. So if you want, you can post a question. Up to you. Someone says, that is super helpful. Thanks, you're welcome. Someone says, thank you for your advice. You are right. I do have a lot of fear about people stealing things from me my whole life. I appreciate your story, because I do think I'm afraid about what if it's stolen. Interesting that this is my first automobile life. Thank you, Janet. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. This life is a lot of firsts that one could have, you know. First life ever for having a website. first life ever for owning a cell phone or even a phone, unless you had a life really recently, which I did actually. Um, but yeah, first life flying in an airplane, first life riding in a bus, first life, what's a funny one? First life, mailing something to someone on the other side of the world, first, all that global stuff. That's first life. Um, anyway, cool stuff. Someone says, "Hey, Janet, I was wondering if you could check if my ex-girlfriend may also be sending me energy like my mom." Aha, yeah, I'm remembering a video comment you made very recently. I am asking them both to talk to their angels, but just wanted to confirm. Thank you. Okay, sure. Your mom is so funny because she heard you explain, like, okay, this isn't helpful. I need you to work with your angels, please. And, I need breathing room. But that is like, that seems like a troubling concept to her that her son needs breathing room from her. Like, she's still not okay with that. What I would say with your mom is let her know that everyone only has so much energy and that she needs her energy for herself, that she has stresses in her life, she has challenges, and her energy is meant to make her strong. And that she has taught you so much. Her teachings have made you strong. But she doesn't need to keep sending energy to make you strong. Her teachings that she has given you all your life have helped you to be strong. And her example that she continues to give you helps you to be more strong. You see what I'm saying? So, because she's a giver. And so this is really hard for her to imagine that she shouldn't be sending you her energy into your chakras. So yeah, just explain to her there's a difference. Teachings, example, that way she gets to keep her energy for herself and be stronger and inspire even more people. The stronger she is, the more people she can inspire. I think she likes that. So anyway, okay, so then your ex-girlfriend, okay. Yeah. Yeah, she's a little different. She comes off like a backseat driver. She's sending her energy like behind you, like behind here. Like, this is what you need to do. You don't need to go that way. You need to go this way. So she's definitely a different type of vibe with your ex-girlfriend. I think your angels are in favor of that she's your ex and not your current girlfriend anymore. But yeah, if you explained to her already, she didn't hear it. So, maybe just the same thing. I mean, well, not exactly the same thing, but just explain to her that she has challenges in her life and she needs her energy to help her with her challenges, and that her angels can help her with her challenges. And, the energy that she's focusing on you makes her more distracted. And so her angels don't heal her as much as they could. If she focuses on her and her angels, then her angels can help her a lot more, which is true. But that appeals to her self-interest. And that I think is sort of the ticket for her, appeal to her hardships that she has and that she wants benefits. And so she'll get those benefits if she focuses on her relationship with her angels and stops sending you energy. But yeah, she sends energy to the back, like here, to shove you forward. So there's that. So you could just, if you clear the stagnant energy in your aura layers immediately behind you, then it'll be harder for her to do that. All right, so that was fun. Hope it helped. Someone says, "Hi, Janet. Can you explain how I can take part in your healings here on YouTube? I'm kind of a newbie. Thank you." Well, I hope that I already did explain, so I hope it helps. And you can post under any question, or you can email me, Janet@janetwrightreadings.com, if you're confused about any of it. Wait, I lost my place again. Ah, yes. Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, nutshell, taking part in the healings. I mean, you could heal yourself during any of them, and say hi at the start. Say hi, I'm watching from Wisconsin, or whatever you want to say, or not. Just say hi or don't say hi, and just watch live. That could be nice and inspiring. And you're not getting the healing from me, but you're just watching live and healing yourself as you watch, or but yeah, to get the healing from me so that you're one of the people I'm healing during the live stream, the healings sell 2 months in advance on the 15th of each month. You can also, I didn't mention this when I said all that earlier, you can email me to get on my news email list. And that way I email you on the 15th, right after I put the sessions up, I send an email. But they sell out so fast, you kind of gotta remind yourself, okay, the 15th, because I don't want to send like 15 emails to everybody. That would be annoying to most people. So you have to remind yourself that the 15th is coming and that the sessions go up at noon Pacific-ish, or 10 minutes late. Noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you need me to calculate times for Europe or Africa or wherever you are, just email me and I will. But anyway, but then also you could get on my news email list if you ask. Like, not just emailing me would do it, because I don't want to be spammy. I won't add people automatically to that list. But if you ask, please add me to your news email list. I'd be happy to do that. And then after I put up the sessions, I email people and say, they just went up. All right. So I hope that helps. And newbies are definitely welcome. Very, very welcome. Someone says, hi, Janet. There is an energy coming into my space being very invasive, and it's blocking my root and sacral chakra, my creative energy. It feels like I'm being sexually courted. It feels rather yucky. Is there anything I can do to prevent that from coming in, and do you know who it is? It would be nice if you put your real life name, like your first name and your last initial. So if you want, you could post that, your first name and your last initial. You look like you're in 7 through 3 right now. You do not have aura damage. The back of your grounding is pretty blocked. So that would be step 1, unblock the back of your grounding. Because when you're in 7 through 3 only, that means you're physically present in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, but not 2 or 1. And so if you're talking about a boundary issue around your second and first chakra and you're not really present there, that's a little more complicated. If you just work on getting present as soon as possible in all your chakras, then it's easier to deal with the boundary issues there. No, you still didn't put your name. That's fine. I'll read it without that. So I think you could be fully present in all your chakras, even if someone was courting you there. Like, someone could court me in one of my chakras, one of my lower chakras, or any chakra, but I'm still in all my chakras, so don't let that situation, which is distracting and unpleasant, derail you from the overall goal, which I would suggest that you have. Maybe you don't have that goal, but I would suggest it's a really good goal, to get in all chakras as soon as possible. Because a cord from someone is not going to really keep you out unless, somebody's mom is like sending a ton of energy to you, then yeah, okay, that's a thing. But anyway, so you don't have chakra damage in 321. It's just blocked energy. But for someone to be able to cord, that means you already have energy blocks there. So like I said, I mean, that is weird that somebody's sending that much energy. It is true, somebody's sending that much energy, but they can cord you because you already have, especially on your right side, you have a lot of blocks in the first and second layers right here, going all the way up and all the way down to like your knee area. So first and second layers on your right side. Your Kundalini chakra is right below the first chakra. So there's second, first, and Kundalini chakra. So I would work all three of those. Kundalini chakra has the same orientation, open round cylinder. It's just smaller than the 7 chakras, but it's right underneath the first chakra. So just unblock all of them at once. Gold, lots of gold, like sticky gold wax. You know, get rid of cords, get rid of blockages. So again, it's not, try not to, even though that is weird, you know, that you're having a boundary issue with a specific person, try not to over focus on that. You need to get in as soon as possible, as much as possible, and that's how you'll be able to just flick somebody out like a little piece of dirt on your shirt. If you're not there, then you're like, I can't get rid of it, you know. Get there, get unblocked, get present, okay? And then flick it off, flick off the cord, no big deal. Make sense? So you need to get in your legs more, in the back of your grounding more, in 2, 1, and your Kundalini chakra more. I do have a Kundalini chakra playlist that works, you know, a lot of those, you're unblocking your first chakra and your Kundalini chakra at the same time. So if you want to walk through, you could look through that playlist. A lot of videos, I put that playlist under the video. Like if you look at Friday's healing, you know, the 2 days ago. I mean, I'll link it below, the Kundalini playlist. But, you know, if you want something immediately, you just look under the healing from 2 days ago and look in the comment section, optional video links. Probably Kundalini playlist is already linked down there. But yeah, so the idea is it's not really about the person. I mean, yeah, there is a person. You don't have to know who it is. Just say, hey, I mean, I could talk to him right now, see if it helps. Hey, you're sending a lot of energy here. So ask your angels for help. Your angels can help because you have a lot of stress. You have a lot going on in your life. And your angels are trying to help you, but you're being distracted by focusing on her. Yeah, so just say, angels, help me. Angels, take these burdens. Yeah, because you need a lot of help. And that's how you get it. Just focus on, you know, how heavy you feel, how burdened you feel. Just be like, angels, take all this from me. Angels, take my burdens. So I talked to the person. At first they were very fixated on you, and now they're not. So they may get stuck again in a day, and you have to give them another little pep talk. But the idea is just try to help them to understand, or just remind them that yes, they have a lot of hardships, but focusing on you does not solve anything. They need to just let their angels, you know, the more they focus on you, the less they're going to get the help they need from their angels. So hope that helps. But yeah, it's not really about getting them out of the way. It's about getting you as present as possible. So then it's just easy to deal with them. You can also turn your Kundalini off, because that's probably freaking you out. When someone cords your Kundalini chakra, which again is below your first chakra, they can like sort of jam it on, and then it's like generating all this energy that's like fire going up your spine. So just turn it off if you don't want it on, you know, or turn it down to low and then uncord the person, you know. So if your Kundalini is on low, it's like a little peppiness, a little charisma. But if it's on medium or high, that could get distracting, and it could even feel sexual. If your Kundalini is on high, of course, if you're like 3 years old, it doesn't feel sexual. When your Kundalini is on high, you just feel like screaming and yelling and running around and running in traffic. So your kid, so as a parent, you want to know about the Kundalini chakra so you can, you know, because if kids have to go to bed at night, you know, it's time to go to bed, or it's time to, you know, be quiet because grandma's talking, you know. You know, you want to be able to just have your kids' angels calm down their Kundalini, you know, or turn off their Kundalini if they need to go to sleep. So Kundalini can be an issue for kids as well, in a different way. So I hope that helps. But I do have a Kundalini playlist that explains all that and walks you through clean outs and stuff. Someone says, thanks for your healing. What can I do to get what I need from people who do not listen? I have to repeat myself 9 times. They talk at me, are not on the same page. They do not need me, but I need help. I waste a lot of energy worrying what I need to say to get them to respond in stressful situations. None have any time, but they do not treat others the same. Thanks. And you're reminding me who you are, which I appreciate. Thank you. I'm looking. Give me a sec. I'm looking. Oh, interesting. Okay. So what I was looking at is, okay, so you, the person asking the question, you're at kind of like this vibrational range. And sorry if that's confusing, but that's how I was thinking about it. So I'm just explaining, for starters, I'm explaining how I think about it. And then I'll explain it hopefully better in a way that makes sense to you. So here you are, right, saying, this is what I need, this is what I need. And you're fairly clear about it. So I don't think there's a big issue with that. But the person that you're trying to communicate with is like up here, like that's their vibrational range at the time. And so they're thinking like in squares and you're thinking in circles. And so you're like circle, circle, circle. And they're like, no, square, square, square. So like they don't really understand what you're saying and they're not really listening to you, you know, and you're trying to be like circle, circle, circle. And they're like square, square, square. So it's really not working. And you can see it's not working. And for you, that's a trigger, you know, it triggers old experiences, negative experiences. And so you kind of spin out about it. So, you know, try to calm yourself. I know it's hard, but try to just remind yourself, I'm safe. I'm safe. You know, I'm okay. You know, because you have a way of like thinking of the 55 negative things that this reminds you of. And then you think of the 55 negative things and then all of a sudden you're really, really upset. And so that doesn't help, right? So just try to breathe. I'm safe. I am okay. You know, but then how do you change this? I think what it is, okay, you've been through a lot, right? You've been through hardship and people can see energy subconsciously, right? And so you're showing a lot of your wounds on a spirit level, probably accidentally. And these people see your wounds and it freaks them out. And they like kind of go, ma, 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 this lady needs to go away, ma, 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 ma. It's like your pain is freaking them out. Your feelings of being abandoned and just misunderstood, it's so much and so often, you know, that pain, they have a little bit in common with that in little ways from past lives or whatever, you know, and so they see your pain and they're like, wow, I don't like seeing that pain. That makes me uncomfortable, right? So what do you do with that? Because you really have been through hardship, which is why you have the pain that they're seeing. I think what you're doing is you're wanting to show your pain because you're hoping that will motivate people to help you, right? Like, okay, I know that normally you don't care about doing your job well, but I've been let down 500,000 times. So maybe that'll motivate you to do your job well for me, right? But it's not working. It's really freaking them out. So what I would say is imagine it like like maybe photo albums of your life experiences, right? And so you are subconsciously showing the photo albums of all the negative stuff that has happened to you to these people. And you're hoping that that just brings out an altruistic, thoughtful, kind side in them to be like, I really want to help this lady. You know, I'm gonna be the one good person for this lady, right? But it's not working. They can't handle the amount of photo albums that you're showing them. So just say, angels, please help me put away the photo albums. So that then these people can not think about all the bad stuff that you've been through. And I think that helps them to like at least halfway be on the same page as you. So then when you say circle, circle, circle as clearly as you can, as simply as you can, they'll hear half of it. And so they'll be able to not perfectly do it, but better. So basically, you know, just imagine the photo albums of the bad stuff that you've been through and say, angels, help me to put away my photo albums so that I'm not freaking everybody out. And, you know, it's not your fault. You're not trying to freak people out. It's just you've been through a lot, you know. But it just, you know, people aren't good with pain, you know. I mean, maybe a trained therapist is good with pain. Somebody like me, I've trained myself to be good with pain. So you could show me, you know, the most epically awful stuff ever, and I'm just like, that's a little heavy, you know. But it doesn't, like, I'm not trying to avoid you. But most people will try to avoid you if you show on a subconscious spirit level all the stuff that you've been through. If you've been through a lot, they can't handle it. They don't want to handle it. So yeah, so hope that makes sense. Just ask your angels to help you put away the photo albums, you know. So, and your angels will understand what we're talking about. That just, you don't want to freak out regular people. And then you can also say too, angels, help me to put this in a way that they can hear. Because it's like, even then you kind of have to translate. It's like you're speaking French and they're speaking, you know, Portuguese, you know, and so you need your angels to help you to speak in Portuguese. I know that's just a metaphor. You don't have to learn Portuguese, but you know what I mean? Like there's even then there's a little bit of help that your angels can do with you. And you can even, like, 5th chakra is communication. So you can go like this, put gold light around your throat when you ask your angels. Angels, help me to communicate in a way that they're going to understand more likely. You know, I have a video if you want to half listen to it while you do other things, but you don't have to. You know, you can just say, angels, help me to work on my communicating. But I think it's important to understand you're not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? Like, they may be implying that with you, but it's not really that way. It's just that who you are and what you've been through is freaking them out. And that's not your fault. You know, it's just people aren't trained in dealing with other people's hardship. So, you know, it's just the reality of it. People don't want to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with it. They freak out. It's all subconscious. They're not trying to blow you off. They just are blowing you off. So have your angels help you put away the photo albums and then heal your throat chakra. Just have your angels, just say, angels, help me with my communicating so that I can communicate in a way that they can hear. And that's not just you, you know, like with me, with anybody. If you're communicating with somebody, there are all sorts of ways that you can communicate, and only some of it will be really well understood by the person you're talking to. And so you kind of intuitively pick, you know, okay, how is this going to be best understood by this person? You know, so that's true for everybody, even if people haven't had a hard life. Just you can, there's so many vibrations that you could say something to somebody, and so you kind of intuitively and on a 5th chakra level want to kind of find that language that they're going to click with the best. So I hope that makes sense. Someone says, hi Jana, I wonder if you saw my question earlier. Ooh, maybe I didn't. I'll repost. I'm starting to consider finding an energy compatible sexy time partner. No, I didn't see that question. That's fun. Where the heck was that question? Yeah, it's not showing at all. So I don't know. I see your one that says, hi, thanks very much for these Q&A sessions. That's it. That's it. So yeah, it just went into the ethers. Okay. So anyway, it's good that you reposted. Okay. Energy compatible sexy time partner, which means a roll in the terms that I've used before, a roll in the hay man, a roll in the hay man or woman, or, you know, or gender flexible person, or whatever is your boat, whatever floats your boat. But anyway, yeah, so an energy compatible sexy time partner. What do the angels say I should work on to make that work for me, and so I don't get distracted from bigger goals? Yeah. Yeah, it seems like you're getting a green light from your angels. Seems like it's already a green light, so you don't really have to clear energy so that it's not a distraction. Looks like you're ready for your role in the hayman. So is there something in the way of you just manifesting it? Not much. It's like you're right there. It's like almost. Maybe some inner child healing. I think there could be some. I think there are some wounded inner child parts of you that you could heal, just so you can enjoy your adult, you know, mature, empowered sexual self, and enjoy that part of you. But yeah, no, I don't think there's not much in the way. I mean, just a little inner child help, inner child healing would be nice. But other than that, you get the green light. So, I mean, obviously the angels will help you choose who, you know, it's not just anybody would be angel approved. You know, you can just say, okay, is that an angel approved roll in the hay guy? No. Is that an angel approved roll in the hay guy? You know, like, and even you can say too, you know, you can read, okay, well, if they say no on that guy, why? And then they'll show you like, oh, you know what? He's only in his seventh chakra all the time. So he's going to have a lot of weird energy, you know, or something, or, you know, you can look at different, you know, like, why did that guy get a no and why did this guy get a yes, and just kind of, you know, read stuff like that. But yeah, it looks close. I mean, you're already green lighted. You just have to, I guess, start reading who's a yes and who's a no, and do some inner child healing a little bit, just for fun. That's just, I think you could meet him today and your angels would be fine with it. But I think just you'd enjoy, you know, the roll in the hay kind of experience more if you did more inner child healing. A little more. Okay, somebody says, also, I also feel I pick up other people's energies and it feels burdensome, especially when my daughter and I are doing facilitated conflict resolution. That's a big phrase. Okay, so I would say aura repair for you, for starters. Your aura is more whole than the other person that I said really needed aura repair. But for you, it's like your left side right here has a lot of rips in it, and the top has a lot of rips in it. So aura repair, if you haven't done the video Gold Buffer Zones, that teaches aura repair and gold buffer zones, which are very handy because they slow the rate of aura damage if you keep recreating them. So search Janet Wright Gold Buffer Zones. And that's an 18-minute video. My hair is blue and purple in that video, but it's me. But if you work on aura repair a couple times, you know, over a couple days, and then you could post, please check my work with aura repair, then I'll check to see how you're doing with it. Because I think usually you're only in 7, 6, and 5 right now in physical body. You're present in physical body chakra 7, 6, and 5. Because of the aura repair, I think aura damage. I think once you repair all that fully, then you'd probably be in 7 through 3. So then you could work on your lower two chakras. There's a video, Get Present in Second and First Chakras, that works a lot on the inner aura layers and the lower chakras. But first, aura repair. Don't do that first. Do aura repair first a couple times over a couple days and ask me to check your work. But as you're waiting, you can work ahead then and work on that video if you search Janet Wright, Get Present in Second and First Chakras. I'll link it below later too. But yeah, if you have a ripped up aura and you're not that present, then your body kind of becomes a magnet and just sponges up other people's energy because it's missing your energy. And so it's kind of like a vacuum, and it'll just suck up what's around. So the more whole and protected your aura is, and the more flow you have, then the more you're present. And when you're present, then you're flowing and you're less resistant and less stuck. And so it's harder for people to dump energy in your space. And then if it gets in, it's easier for you to release it. It's easier for you to melt cords because you're here. Right now, you're kind of, it's kind of like, rather than being a rooted tree, you're a bird in the tree. And so you want to be the whole tree. You don't want to be the bird. I mean, birds are nice, but, as a spirit in a body, you need to be all the way there. You need to be rooted and really here. So hope that helps. Also, as a companion, mindful walking, stretching of your legs, stuff like that, could be a nice companion to it, just to help you to be more the tree and not the bird in the tree. Hope that helps. But like I said, you can, as you're working and getting more present, you can ask for feedback, by posting under a video and say, can you check my work with this? Can you check my work with this? Especially with the aura repair, because it's good to get that fully repaired, and then you can just maintain it. Okay. Someone says thanks and gives me more of those very cool zebra emojis. Someone says, thank you, Janet, you're welcome. Someone says, thank you, and gives me pretty flowers, thank you. Thank you, Janet, you're welcome. Someone says, I'm a germaphobe, so COVID has me almost a recluse. Any recommendation to release this fear? Wow, didn't know about Kundalini Chakra. Yeah, Kundalini Chakra is a game changer. It's good to know about. Yeah, so I will link below that Kundalini playlist so you can look at it. It's not that you have to do the whole playlist. It's just my way of grouping together all my favorite Kundalini videos that I've made, so you can just pick and choose among the playlist. But anyway, okay, so I'm a germaphobe, so COVID has me almost a recluse. Any recommendations to release this fear? If you search Janet Wright Clear Fear, like go to YouTube, search Janet Wright Clear Fear. There's a video, I believe it uses timeline healing, and timeline healing, all those timeline healing videos clear energy from past lives, typically. Present and past lives, but it's a cool way to clear energy from past lives, because you can see, okay, well, this chunk is from this life, this chunk is from a different life, this chunk is from a different life, this chunk is from 10 years ago. And so I tend to use timeline healing when we're clearing past life energy. But like I said, any of the clearing techniques can work for any blocked energy, which includes past life energy. But okay, but I think this germaphobe stuff, I think that you could probably mentally trace it to some stuff from your childhood, but I think it wouldn't have made as big effect on you if you didn't have the past lives with this uncleared fear energy blocks from the past lives. So I think that, Janet Wright Clear Fear video that uses timeline healing would be nice to just clear the piles of energy blocks that are causing fear in general, and then causing fear of germs and illness, and just keep clearing and keep clearing and keep clearing. Although, just in case someone doesn't know me and know my views and everything, I am not somebody that thinks that, you know, if you're being cautious about a pandemic and you take precautions and vaccine and masks, that you're afraid. There are some people that actually go around accusing everyone of being in fear if they get the vaccine or if they wear a mask or if they're, you know, concerned about being around a lot of people in an enclosed space. And I am not one of those people. But for you personally, I can see what you're saying, that there is a sort of a real fear compulsive aspect in addition to whatever health concerns are real. And so, yeah, I would say timeline healing, that timeline healing video, Clear Fear, would be a good way to start. You do have a whole aura, so it's not an aura repair issue, but your grounding very often gets blocked in the back. So that's a thing. Usually when you're most nervous, that's when your grounding is completely blocked. And you're only present in like your upper two chakras. Like right now you're in 7 through 3. So for you, that's pretty present, relative to, you know, how you are normally. So that could be nice too. Your angels are suggesting that supersized chakras video, which I will link below. I've already mentioned that in this playlist, in this live stream already. So if you search Janet Wright supersize chakras, or just look at the linked videos within a day under this live stream. So yeah, the timeline healing, which I'll link to. So the timeline Clear Fear and the supersize chakras one. Okay, and then just keep clearing the back of your grounding because it always blocks up. All right, hope that helps. Someone says, thanks for your advice, Janet. Yeah, I kept working on clearing blocks in my aura and chakras, and it was very painful. I'm wondering if that's a natural thing or someone was courting them. It is not natural for clearing energy blocks to be painful. Do you mean physically painful, or you mean just like upsetting emotionally? But yeah, that's not normal. Yeah, meditation should actually feel pretty good. So yeah, if you're feeling weird, maybe your grounding is too blocked or something. There is a video you could try. If you search Janet Wright Advanced Grounding Cleanout, Janet Wright Advanced Grounding Cleanout. Is that just works grounding? But you clear out like invasive beings and people's energy and all sorts of stuff, and so you keep working grounding. Because I think when you're trying to clear energy blocks and it's actually uncomfortable, your grounding's messed up too, and you know you got to get some basics first. So get your grounding right, then you know. But yeah, clearing energy blocks should actually feel good, or just feel normal. So I hope that makes sense. So that video I suggested was grounding advanced cleanout. Janet Wright advanced grounding cleanout is what you would search for. But I'll link it below within a day. Someone says, thank you so much, Janet. We'll work on what you said. Much appreciated. You're welcome. Someone says, hooray, thank you. So it says, Janet, thanks, but you missed the win question about my daughter. Could you scroll up the main question? Thank you for your answer on my second question. Would appreciate answer to first question. Okay. I think it's because I asked people to ask only one question, but oh, yeah, no, I didn't see that one at all. It's because the other person had a 2-part question, and so I had to, when I was reading that question, I ended up accidentally skipping your first question. Okay. My daughter is very blocked off to me. That makes it hard for me to connect with my grandkids. What can be done to make things easier between us? I believe there is past life energy affecting us too. Okay, so from what I can see, your daughter wants a relationship with you, and she wants you to have a relationship with her children. So she has free will. So if she didn't want you to have a relationship with her or her children, you know, I can't like voodoo her mind to change that, right? And I'm not thinking that's what you want either, you know. But it does look like she wants a relationship with you, your daughter, and she wants you to have a relationship with her children. But it looks like the way you communicate with her is very triggering for her. Like, I don't think you're invasive, even accidentally, but I think what you talk about, what you ask her, even on a subconscious spirit level, is a little overwhelming for her. Like, she and you have very different communication styles. And so, just on a subconscious spirit level, you're like, well, did you think about this? What about this? And what about this? And you're telling her all these concerns and all these things that you think she should watch out for. And she's like, oh my God, Mom, I don't even want to look at you. You're freaking me out so much. Like, there's something about the way you talk and you're just conveying love and concern, but it's the wrong language for her. It makes her uncomfortable. And so then she puts up these really solid walls between you and her. And then, you know, of course, that's that. So what I would say is I have these 2 videos about park bench communication that I think could actually, I mean, it could help. It's a different mode for you mentally though, but it's like, it'll just help you to practice speaking in a way, even just subconsciously, that is more approachable for her, so that she feels more comfortable being around you and communicating with you on a conscious level. So if you search Janet Wright park bench communication, I know that sounds kind of weird, but park bench communication. I will link those 2 videos below within a day. There's quite a list of videos I have to link, but I'll type it out now too. Janet Wright, park bench communication. But it just describes how the level of sort of the way you communicate to her, it's a little too intense. And she's not comfortable with it. But it's not exactly about you. Like if there was someone else, like if she had a sister that communicated in that same way, she would put the walls up for that sister too. So anyway, hopefully the videos make sense to you. There are 2 of them. The example I think I used is between husband and wife, but it doesn't have to be between husband and wife. It's just different communication styles, and I give examples. So if you have questions, you can post follow-up questions under either of those 2 videos. So I hope that helps. But usually just 1 question per person. But you're new, so I'll give you a pass. Now you started everyone asking second questions. Someone says, my second question, can you please check what is happening in my arms? I'm in pain and weak, and it makes it hard to do energy work with my arms, hands. Yeah, you're the one that has massive aura damage, so just work on your aura. I mean, I'm not saying your pain in your arms doesn't matter. I'm just saying that there's no way to get rid of it unless you fix your aura first. So work on your aura. Work on aura repair, like I explained. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Someone says, Janet Wright, clear fear. So to you think past life. Yes, wonderful. Someone says, thanks, you are right. It is subconscious as I do not say anything nor thinking about me, only trying to get them past their sheep mentality and be fair. Thanks for your instructions. Oh, good. I'm glad it made sense. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, no, it's subconscious. It's amazing, though, how much, you know, just the energy within you affects how people act towards you. For example, not for you, but for other people, I think for you, just the putting away the photo albums is the ticket. And then the have angels help you to, you know, heal your communications and your throat chakra a little extra, just so that you can switch languages for people subconsciously as you're talking. But the turtle exercise is one for a lot of people that would help, because a lot of people are putting up these kind of like go away signs, and so it puts people off and makes people less social and helpful towards them. I don't think that's the most efficient way for you to work on stuff, but for other people, the turtle exercise, if you search Janet Wright turtle exercise, it is interesting, and it's an example of subconscious things you're not at all doing on purpose, but it affects how people treat you and how social people are towards you. So interesting stuff. Someone says, my first question is between the two parts of Rainbow Girl. Yeah, I figured it out. Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate your in-depth answer. You're welcome. What is the video on aura repair? If you search Janet Wright gold buffer zones, it's kind of ironic. It also has aura repair in the title, but I have 100 videos with aura repair in the title. So the one to learn it that I think is most ideal to learn aura repair from is, for the first time, is Janet Wright gold buffer zones. It's an 18-minute video. My hair is shorter and it's dyed purple and blue, but it's really me. It's still me. It's just years ago when I dyed my hair. Yeah. So yeah, but then after that, once you learn that video a couple times and you understand what gold buffer zones are and how to create them real fast, then you could do any of my aura repair videos. And I have a ton of aura repair videos. If you search just Janet Wright aura repair, then you get other nice options. Like there's one in the snow where I also do grounding and it's only 10 minutes. But first, do the one that has gold buffer zones in the title. And I link it under every single live stream just because it's important. Someone says, thanks, these Q&As are so supportive and beneficial for real life application to help us all out. Good, I'm glad they helped. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's why I wanted them. Okay, well good. So I don't see any more comments, which could be just I have a delay, but I'm not seeing any more. So, and this has been going on for a long time, so I think it's probably a good stopping point for me. So I'm gonna open up the little carriers for 2 of my dogs, 2 out of 3 of my dogs, so you can see them at the end of this video. And the next healing I'm doing is in 2 days, healing 3 of 3 on productivity. And the next Q&A live stream, because the Q&As are twice a month after the Sunday healings, so the next Q&A is October 19th. Because I'm doing a set of 2 healings on October 19th and October 21st. And the 19th is the Sunday healing. So there will be a Q&A on... Oh, no, I'm looking at my September calendar. I didn't even turn my page. You can imagine that. So October 17th and 19th. So October 17th is when the next Q&A is. Sunday, October 17th. But you can see the schedule of all my group healings. I do 5 every month, a set of 3 and then a set of 2. You can see that schedule on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. And anyone can ask a question. You don't have to have paid for the healing that day. You don't have to have ever worked with me before. Okay. All right, you guys are wonderful. Congratulations for working on yourself. I'm going to show my little doggies. But I just want to validate that, you know, good for you for caring about your energy and knowing that, yes, you can heal. You can do something about how you feel every day. It is possible. All right. So I'm going to show you my doggies, 2 of them, and then I'll sign off. Come on, let's go inside. So I'm going to try to show up close. There we go. What a good boy. What a good boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right, guys, you're awesome.